Brain-to-brain communication and controlling robots with our minds may be just around the corner, but what about today? There is something you can do to help your cognitive function right now. Researchers have found that physical exercise, especially aerobics, has a significant positive impact on brain function. Everything ranging from improving learning and mental performance to preventing dementia, Alzheimer's disease, and brain aging. Full-frame contributor Sandra Hughes set out to find out why hitting the gym can be just as beneficial for your brain health as your waistline.
Living out those golden years isn't ideal if you're starting to forget what's so great about retirement. That's why Philip Jamtas came to the University of California, Los Angeles Memory Center.
I don't have the greatest memory. I can forget something very quickly. A perfect example is my cell phone. Putting it down in 100 different places and then having to look for it all the time.
Former full-time scriptwriter and director Maggie Parker is already a self-proclaimed exercise addict, but says she knew she needed something to keep her mental spark alive.
Cognitively, when I ran sets of shows, TV shows, your mind is kept very sharp all the time. Now I'm only working part-time and felt that I needed some stimulus.
Then to remember the list, start at the top of your head and work your way down, trying to remember.
Short-term memory loss starts for most people in their 50s to 60s. But a study at the University of California, Los Angeles is finding you don't have to take the problem sitting down. Stand up, exercise, and you might just start remembering more. For a 14-week study, Maggie, Philip, and a handful of other aging Americans bike until their hearts are pumping, and then they start to train their minds.
The name of the study is the Memory and Exercise Training Study, so the METS study. And what we're trying to find out in this study is looking at the relationship between exercise and memory training and the relationship with that and cognitive enhancement.
But what makes psychologist Sarah McEwen's study unique isn't that there is a connection between exercise and increased memory. That's already been established in other research. In her study, participants are training their minds while they train their bodies.
So what's happening is that you're putting your brain into this optimal state for learning and memory. And the reason for that is because during exercise, actually our arousal levels are increased, so we're focused more, we're paying special attention to things, you know, we're kind of stuck there and we let our minds just get deep into the content in front of us.
The patients have all been tested before they start the study and have all experienced some kind of mild memory loss. Then they have their blood tested for levels of brain-derived neurotrophic factor, or BDNF. These are proteins released in the body during aerobic exercise, and they help grow neurons in the brain. McEwen practices what she studies. She believes exercise is the key to training the mind. She's a marathon runner herself and a personal trainer.
Okay, so this is a short-term memory test. This is really taxing your prefrontal cortex here.
Alex Fetter is a professional guitar player who wants to stay mentally sharp on stage.
Plane, bus, car, barge.
I designed a program with my company called Genius Gyms, and that I call it Neurocognitive Performance Training. So what that is it's actually trying to combine neuroplasticity-based training of different cognitive functions like memory, attention, executive functioning, all of those things, while people are actually exercising.
Even though Alex is young, he wants to jumpstart his brain training now.
Right. Good.
And some studies have shown the earlier in life you start exercising, the better your mental outcome.
All right, good job. Awesome, you beat the second. 0.99.
The United States is facing a silver tsunami. Some call it the graying of America. Whatever you call it, it's already started as baby boomers, those born after World War II, turn 65. Baby boomers already make up 26% of the U.S. population, and their aging will impact everything from the economy to health care.
And then you're meshing the pack.
The nice thing about looking at people in this stage is that this is the best way to prevent a transition to a mild cognitive impairment or an Alzheimer's disease, because right now there's really no treatment for those illnesses, unfortunately. We're in a place where we know that there's things that are going to help prevent those things, so we need to be doing everything that we can to try to do that, to preserve the gray matter and the brain function and structure that's inside of your brain.
It's estimated that in a decade, the number of older people with Alzheimer's disease in the United States alone will increase by 40%, from 5.1 million to 7.1 million. And by 2050, the numbers will triple to 13.8 million people if there is no medical breakthrough to stop the deadly disease.
Heart rates, please.
136.
Wow, you're high. I'm only 90.
That's why Philip and Maggie have stuck it out behind the handlebars.
I've already noticed that every day I want to do something that I haven't done before. I want to try to do a crossword puzzle. I want to try to do a brain game. I want to read something historical. I've already noticed that I want more.
So this is list A. I'm going to go on down to list B now.
I definitely think that going through exercises like this would help you remember stuff, especially by using the tricks that they're teaching you.
And when the study ends, these volunteers say they won't step off their exercise routine. They'll continue to work out their bodies to tone up their mental muscles. For Full Frame, this is Sandra Hughes in Los Angeles.
Okay, I think you'll be out here in the hallway.
When we come back, a peek inside a baby's mind to find out how they learn.